The question for many is, are the changes going on inside Saudi Arabia for real? We sat down with some young Saudis to see what they had to say. Take a look. Summer, Aseel, and Fadi, thank you so much for joining us. This is a real privilege.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tell us what's happening. I mean, I keep hearing reports about, things are changing in Saudi Arabia. Summer, how would you describe what's happening right now?
Oh, wow. To be quite honest, it's a beautiful shift that we're seeing in the country. A lot of opportunities have opened up for women, for the youth, in general. Finding outlets of entertainment and opportunities for women in every field. So it is really part of the vision that we are moving towards, and we're seeing it in a pretty rapid way.
Would you say this is all part of 2030, the Vision 2030?
Absolutely, absolutely. And what's nice about it is you find every sector in the country kind of aligned with that vision, where their aim is to get there. And they're opening up all those opportunities for everybody to kind of move in that direction. And that, to me, is very exciting.
You know, what I think makes a lot of the news is the fact that Saudi women can now drive. But is it much more than that?
Yes.
But once it actually happened, it was a big deal. It is, in the bigger picture, a small step, but I really like what it symbolizes. I mean, we're taking action and we're moving forward. It seems like we've been standing still for such a long time, where we've recognized where things needed to change, but there weren't any changes. Mm-hmm. And this was one of the changes that was actually a tangible change that affected almost everyone.
How would you describe some of the other changes going on, and what are those changes?
So other changes, like someone mentioned, other than driving, there is a lot more outlets for entertainment. There is a much more, it's not the entertainment itself, it's the shift towards being more understanding and open to different ideas. We have been such a sheltered community for such a long time.
I can tell you it's not just entertainment. Saudi has opened to the world, and that's amazing. We have amazing opportunities to offer to the world, and things that we want to share. The whole change now in Saudi is telling the world that Saudi is a global citizen, and as a Saudi citizen, I'm a part of this world. So I want to see us able to do commerce, have trade relationships with other nations, and welcome tourists to our country and show them what we have. The change we have right now is literally showing it, because with this openness, we're open. We have our arms open, and we ask everybody to come and see what we have, because judging Saudi before was only through media. Mm-hmm. And just getting your news or your perspective through media is not fair. So sometimes you need to go and see. And what you're doing is a great job, because you're telling people what we have here. We have a lot of open-minded people who are welcoming for the world to come and enjoy what we have and learn more about our culture. We have something unique we want to share, we want to offer, and we want to learn from the world too. So it's not just us trying to share what we have, we want also to learn from the world. And the whole change right now, women driving and entertainment, these are the most visible things, but when you look at it, it's not just that. It's more of economical, geopolitical change that is very important for the region.
Do you see yourself as sort of a bridge, a generational bridge between what was and what will be?
Yeah, I think we call ourselves the good people. We call ourselves the good people generation. It's a joke. And,
the generation of good people.
Yeah, the generation of good people, because we went through two changes, and that's like we understand both sides. So when we go to our parents, we tell them, "Don't worry, it's gonna be all right," and then we look at the younger, who are like just like now 10 years old, 12 years old, we say like, oh, you're lucky. So like we have this, we're in the middle, and we're trying to make the best out of it and lay the way for the younger generation too.
Those simple things that actually make a difference, to be able to have the choice of wearing a headscarf or not, covering your face or not. These are all stuff that in some people's eyes wasn't there before, but today it's more of an opportunity of freedom of how you want to wear it, how you want to look. And so I think in that aspect, it's completely different shift.
We did mention driving, but we also should mention being able to travel without guardian's permission. That's a huge step, having that choice to travel.
Fadi, do you think in some ways this is demystifying the Saudi young people and population to a world that might have their own perception of what Saudi Arabia is like?
Saudi is a lot of things, and I don't know how I can describe it, but it's an evolving nation. It's a young nation that's growing.
Summer, say you're in Kansas City, in the middle of the United States, and you meet some young Americans there at a Starbucks. What would you tell them?
Come visit us. You can now get your visiting visa, as opposed to before you'd had to be invited to come to Saudi. Today you can get your visa and come see what we really have. We have beautiful oceans, we have beautiful deserts, we have amazing landscapes that one should come and see. Now instead of going to a concert in Kansas, you can come and see that artist here in Saudi. So I would invite Americans to come and see for themselves what Saudi Arabia is and who we really are.
Well, Fadi, Aseel, and Summer, it's been a real joy to be with you and hear about these historic changes going on in your country.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you for being here.
Alpha, Omega.